What's up, y'all? Welcome to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. It's your boy Papa Chan, City in the South TV. Let's jump right into it. Let's go.
For those meeting them Maxine Waters, I need you to bring your ass to the front. Cause tell me why we just learned that you've been funneling money to your daughter. So now it makes sense why Maxine was fighting so hard against Elon, talking about he in our business and our data and he shouldn't have access. So shut up. That ain't why you were fighting. You weren't fighting for the American people. You were fighting to keep your ass out of hot water. That's what it was. That's what it was. But we just found out, Maxine Waters, you've been funneling money to your daughter. Not just money, but you've been funneling regulated funds to your daughter that almost total up to $1 million. What? So you out here doing all this and that, and you done got caught. You done got caught red-handed. So I'm going to tell you what, you got two options, and I'm going to refer this to Elon. You either can go to jail, or you can do what I think you should do. 23-hour hospice lockdown. That's what you need. 23-hour hospice lockdown. Take one or the other. Because you dead wrong. You dead wrong. You doing all that fussing and all that fighting and all that acting up at the courthouse and all that in the meetings and shit. And the whole time, you the bamboozler.
Doctor, and
you really believe that in 1969, when televisions were still in black and white and folks were still using rotary fucking phones, and most new cars sold in the United States didn't even have power windows or fucking air conditioning, that we just strapped two cowboys into what was essentially a fucking Coke can with a Chevy small block attached to it and just launched them motherfuckers out into orbit on nothing more than a hope and a fucking dream, and somehow managed to land that glorified bottle rocket safely on an uncharted lunar surface, where they then got out and played hopscotch for a few hours, and then they got right back inside that motherfucker, and then somehow managed to launch themselves back off the goddamn moon with no infrastructure. And then a few short weeks later, they landed safely back on Earth. You really fucking believe that that happened? God damn, you're a gullible son of a bitch. I bet you still believe in fucking Santa Claus, you goofy bastard.
What's a piece of information that
you are not in my league. They want you to bleed.
What's a piece of information that
You are not in my league. They want you to bleed. You close to that edge.
What's a piece of information that you learned?
You are not in my league. They want you to bleed. You close to that edge, but I'm the nigga telling you leave. So beam on it. Focus when I'm lifting the thing. It's Red Bull that can't about to give you the wings. I'm high def, you near death. Up to the sky next. Side piece, a dime piece. Give it a side bet. 20 down. Banging when they open the trunk. Now boogie down. Niggas to keep out in the Bronx. You over the hill. Time to put you under the gun. Derrick Rose, I can never think Bull is the one. Time is up. I don't give a fuck what dude right. These pumps elevate a bitch to new heights. Fuck rap. We don't take a word, nigga, prove it. Ben Simmons, you ain't really known for your shooting. 5 like a short bitch, it's fun size. Dump trays, these from the kid. It's lunchtime, who's cold? Niggas need to bring me his stats. Live by the sword, today you gonna die by the Mac. On a cliff, help him up and still push him. A long nose, one finger to pick booger. So one Philly, fuck you, and fuck the people. Shit, fuck the Sixers, fuck the Flyers, and fuck the... They want you.
All your computer screens are blue lit. The reason none of them are red lit, the reason none of them pay attention to circadian biology is because that original technology was developed in a government program that Bobby Kennedy knows about, and I happen to know about because I went to medical school at LSU. For those of you who've never heard about Operation Paperclip, you think it's all conspiracy theory. So at Tulane Neurology and Tulane Neurosurgery in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, the CIA started a program there where they would do all these crazy things to monkeys. The CIA wanted to see how they could control things utilizing different things like drugs and things like that. Where the neurosurgeons got involved, which is my clade, we would drill tops of the heads off, put wires into the thalamus, put electricity in there, and kind of see what kind of behavioral changes we could have. One of the guys that was in that program was a guy named Professor Delgado. When he saw that we could control the behavior with the wired device, he said, what if we do it wirelessly? So he checked it in monkeys and checked it in bulls, and it turned out you can do it wirelessly with RFID chips and semiconductors. Then the CIA took it to the next level. They said, well, since this is electromagnetic radiation, what if we did it through light through screens? And it turns out you can. And that's the reason why all your computer screens have the frequencies they have. So why is this all important? Well, the person that set this meeting up between me and Bobby is the patent attorney that made sure that Google and Meta have those things so they can control the things that we all do. Where did the original idea come from that started off in MK Ultra with the CIA? You're going to be surprised when you hear this. It came from the mafia in Las Vegas. They wanted to build a new city in a desert. They enclosed it all, blacked out the windows, invented slot machines that were blue lit, and they found out that they didn't have to take a gun, stick it in your face to steal your money. Then they even got smart. They said, let's give people free alcohol while they're doing that, and they found out they got the money quicker. And that's when the CIA got the idea to start this program. That's really how it started.
Ain't that something, man? Look how deep they get. The computer screen. The game is rigged. Huh. It's crazy. What y'all think about that, man? The mafia is the reason why all our devices are blue lit.
Want to learn how I went from this to this?
Can I blow your mind right now? Okay.
Let's see it.
If the center of the Earth is hot, why is the bottom of the ocean cold? Right? Let that sink in. So you're closer to the source of the Earth's heat, but the water is colder. It doesn't make sense. So Chris and I were talking about this because we were flying to see our sister last summer, and we're going over the ocean. And I said, make it make sense, Chris. Scientists expect us to believe that the center of the Earth is 100% pure lava, which is liquid fire. You can look this up. So shouldn't the bottom of the ocean be boiling water? Well, it's not. It's cold water. So there's only one explanation for this. There's only one explanation. And that is that the center of the Earth is actually frozen. And if this is a hard thing to believe, you just have to look to the evidence. And who gives us the evidence? The same scientists that try to tell us that the center of the Earth is hot. Okay, so if you really want to go down this rabbit hole with me, ask yourself why 50% of scientists say that the dinosaurs were killed by the Ice Age, and the other 50% say it was because of volcanic eruptions. Well, if the center of the Earth is frozen, what comes out of a volcano? I think you know where I'm going with this. Can I blow your mind right now? Okay. If the center of the Earth is hot, why is the bottom of the ocean?
My name is Jack.
What took place for our people to mysteriously become the tenants when they were originally the landowners?
Good question. Good question.
When it comes to the laws of the lands, the use of the word tenant represented various meanings at law. Most of you are familiar with the word tenant referring to a person that rents a place or piece of land. And according to the 1828 Webster's English Language Dictionary, the word tenant is defined as a person holding land or other real estate under another, either by grant, lease, or at will. One who has the occupation or temporary possession of lands or tenements whose title is in another. Like if you were to lease a car or mortgage a house or even buy music online. However, you don't really own these particular properties that you purchased or rather borrowed. But there's also another side of the word tenant that is not commonly known that exposes the answer to the question I asked earlier. A tenant can also be the owner of their property or estate, simply because a tenant can own and occupy a property or estate they own. Or another example is when the original owner of a property or estate is leasing the property out to tenants, but then the owner dies, and the property then becomes possessions of the tenants, occupying the estate under the color of law. For example, a person can own property by purchasing it in full. However, the state or estate in which the property resides in is the title holder of the land. meaning that the owner of the estate or estate also owns everything within its specified boundaries, not excluding any personal or real property owned by another person or company residing within that same location. Now, to get a better understanding of this uncommonly known usage of the word tenant, one must be cognizant of the use of the word estate in this sense. Listen closely. According to the 6th edition of the Black's Law Dictionary of 1891, the word estate is defined as, quote, the degree, quantity, nature, and extent of interest which a person has in real and personal property. An estate in lands, tenements, and hereditaments signifies such interests as the tenant has therein. What took place for our people to...
That's crazy. That's crazy how they could just take the words and give it all these different meanings in different times. In the 1800s it mean this. In the 1900s it mean that. It's wild, man. What y'all think?
But they call in Star Wars, they called us the Sith.
Okay.
Darth Vader and them was on the Sith side. They called us the dark side of the Force in Star Wars, nigga. Why? Because we come from dark matter energy, nigga. Energy doesn't have a good or bad. You make it good or bad. So what the Jedi Knights represented in Star Wars, they had the green swords, Luke Skywalker. Although the Jedi Knights looked like they were stronger in the movie, it always couldn't none of them beat nobody from the dark side. You ever wondered why, nigga? And theirs was light and red. And green is the heart chakra, so it's within a chakra point, green vibrates higher. Red is the lowest vibration, right? So ask yourself, like, why did they do that? Why they do that? They flipped it on you like they always do. Really, that green sword was supposed to be in Darth Vader's hand, because they represented the dark side of the Force. And that red sword was supposed to be in the Jedi Knight's hand. But in all these superhero movies, not only do they, let me tell y'all something what they do. In all they science fiction and all they superhero movies, not only are they lying to you by hiding your DNA by plastering white faces on these people with these special abilities, so that programs you on a subconscious level. I repeat, when they show you all these science fiction movies and all these superheroes with all these magical abilities, and mostly all of them are white, that's programming you on a subconscious level that the white race is God, that the white race is more powerful than you. It's called white supremacy. Okay? It's also a psychological attack if you get into psychology, but that's a whole nother lecture. Right? So in all these superhero movies, they trick you. They always make you root for the good guys, don't they? But the bad guys is who you're supposed to be rooting for, because we them bad guys. In every movie, they made the bad guys look bad when the bad guys were the good guys and the good guys were the bad guys. That's how Satan tricks you to root for him. He did the same thing with his religion. He tricked you into worshiping him. Religion is the worship of Satan, not God. God doesn't worship anything outside of himself. God doesn't worship anything outside of herself. All right? All right? God doesn't need nobody to serve him or her, because God is all knowing, all loving. Right? We don't need nobody to serve us. That ain't what we never did. Only one of our brothers did that, and his name was Yaqub. And they tried to hide him in religion and call him Satan. And then they hid him in Greek mythology and called him Zeus. Prometheus. He was a jealous God. He was jealous of all of us, although he had no reason to be. This mythological creature of Satan, get that shit out y'all mind. He looked just like me and you. Carbonated being. That's your brother. Yes, Satan is our brother. He's one of the gods, which is why in religion they taught you that he was one of the angels. Didn't they? They hid it and said he was one of the angels. Don't forget that Satan is a god. Don't ever forget that. That's why he has power, but not more power than you. You know why? Because Satan is on the true dark side of the Force, which is that Jedi Knight side. When he went against us, he went against himself. But he is a trickster. He is. He is very wise because he is a god. So he tricked us into worshiping. But they call in Star Wars, they call.
My man always giving up them jewels, man. Ramad, man. Shout out.
And you know they CJ friends.
Damn!
Let me tell y'all wannabe criminal ass niggas something right quick. It is 2025. You know what that mean? The police is catching people in 5G, lightning speed. I'm talking about before you blink, a nigga got 50 years. And that's gonna be these two YNs. Why? Because they ran down and killed Lil Ronnie and his baby girl. Now, when you touch that beautiful, angelic, amazing baby girl, because that's all of these things she was. If you go look at her last post, you'll see why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm talking about that girl had purpose, passion, a whole lifeline. Y'all cut short with y'all senseless acts of violence. That's why when the inmates in jail get their hands on y'all, they ain't gonna show y'all no mercy.
That was easy.
They gonna have to escort y'all everywhere. They gonna have to put y'all in the bag under the jail. I'm talking about, yeah, because once people get their hands on these two, look what year they was born in. Who else know these babies? Lorana was 30 years old. Then they talking about, oh, he got killed because our dice game went wrong. His partner robbed the dice. They still CJ friends regardless of what you say. Y'all better duck y'all motherfucking top. Here come them Ricos. Here come the Fades. Here come the local police. Everybody know what y'all did. And they coming to get you. And you know they CJ friends.
Damn!
Let me tell y'all wannabe criminal.
I know we hear women come up and talk about how successful they are and how intimidated men are.
Great.
And they never say a word about their character. And I just can't help but think about how turned off women get when men lead with money and lead with accomplishment and end up having nothing but unavailability and coldness and lack of emotional development, because that unfortunately is what it takes to succeed in certain career fields. You can look it up. And for some reason, women think that the success that they've amassed has somehow happened without them becoming devoid of a lot of the personality and relationships that men are devoid of. And they flex their accomplishments and money the same way men do. And somehow, we make it different every time. Every time. No disrespect to you, but you didn't say about being a good woman. Nothing.
Why
You didn't
would
say
she,
no.
I'm
Fuck
just gonna,
all that, bro. Didn't say nothing
I
about.
can tell you what.
Why would she say?
This is about a larger point. This is not about her as an individual. We don't hear I'm successful, I got my degree, and I've been in therapy the last 3 years working out my issues. I just bought a house, and I also identified my childhood trauma and it took inventory over my baggage, and I got it out the way. Oh, also I'm loyal. My time management is on point. I do what I say I'm gonna do. I'm considerate. We never hear any of it. What I hear is when say that y'all act like, when men say that y'all have turned into alphas, what we're talking about is the worst parts of manhood. Y'all have taken it on. Now the problem with men is that we won't admit that those are the worst parts of us too. But shorty, y'all have taken the worst parts of what it means to be successful, and y'all wear that like a badge. Look at what it's done to us. If you need an example of what it looks like to only live in your accomplishments, look at the black men around you. You in a city full of them. Look at how devoid they are. Look at what it took them to get to where they are. Look at how underdeveloped some of them are emotionally. This is what you want? Is this what we're gonna do, to let accomplishments be band-aids for that?
Shout out.
We
You know how the police officers.
Am I being watched? I am, because I was told that by FBI agents who are supporters of mine. They pulled me to the side and say they're watching you. Don't get paranoid, because if they don't find nothing on you, they will make it up anyway.
That's some real shit.
I had an old lady, a senior, an elder. She came up to me. I spoke at a graduation in Philly, right? She like a sweet grandmother, right? Guess what she told me? She said, Dr. Umar, I'm an FBI agent. She said, you would never know what you look like, the sweetest old grandma, like she just made some sweet potato pie. And she said, you need to be careful because they will send the type of people they know you will trust. And I trust elders. So I got to be careful with the elders.
Have they ever tried to send a white woman?
Nice. But they will use the white woman on everybody else, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Not me. They ain't going to send a white woman on me. But see, here's the thing that I wanted to say to that. they watch, right? But they don't really mobilize against you until you start moving the people. Right? Now I'm educating the people, I'm motivating the people. I ain't moved them yet. Once the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is up and running, now I'm gonna start moving them. You feel me? Yeah. That's when I gotta be extra careful. That's when they want to send. Now don't get me wrong. I believe right now that there are 4 women and 1 man that is around me who I think are agents. Yes, I will bet my life that at least 4 of them are without question agents. The behavior, things they've done, they already got people on me. They already got people on me, and I know who they are. It's easy. You can tell an agent. It's hard for them to hide. I just got to be careful, but you can't worry about it. Because the Honorable Marcus Garvey said what? Leaders will come, leaders will die. The tragedy isn't that we die. The tragedy isn't the fact that Malcolm or King or Mega was murdered. The tragedy is it's been 50 years and you still ain't found a replacement. Am I being watched? I am, because I was told that by.
You know how the police officers have body cams?
Yeah.
There's a police officer that went to go and pretty much pull someone over for speeding or whatever. In the video, she goes to the driver, talking to her. She goes back to the car to get something. She turns back, disappears. And she has cameras on the police car and she has cameras on her body cam.
Whoa.
Disappears in front of everything.
And where'd she go? Like they didn't find her?
Disappeared. Gone, fam. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
I can see it.
No worries.
This is my first time being pulled over.
All right. Can I see your driver's license registration, please?
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car, so.
Where are you headed to where you're speeding and...
Not that. Get out of there.
But where you learn that at? Control you. I learned it from God. What God? The real God, not the demigod you serve. Not the God of this world. What God I serve? I'm saying it's a God you serve. See, I serve a God that's a woman. God a bitch. I mean, I'm sorry. Don't fight me now. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like used to the world. I be calling, they call women bitches down here. That's what my mama, but I didn't mean call, bitch. But God a woman. Okay. That's what my mama. I know, this shit not funny. Stop playing with me. Every time I come down, y'all get to laugh. Stop playing with me. God a woman. I'm gonna tell you what happened, right? He believe that too. No, I'm gonna keep it real. God a woman. You gonna tell them what I believe? What the stand for? See, well, first of all, let him finish. Okay, let me finish. Go ahead. Before you just start attacking me. I ain't attacking you. Listen. I'm gonna attack him in a minute. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. I'm gonna listen. Go ahead. I gotta keep it real. Keep it real. God a woman, right? And what she did, her name is, for everybody that knows, y'all wanna pray to Sophia. All right, God named Sophia, right? You know Sophia. I'm just gonna keep it real. I ain't coming to play pastor. Look, pastor, amen. Can I get an amen? Amen. Good. Listen, so God a woman named Sophia.
Here's how I make 100 shorts per hour.
Bro, if you
$2.
Sitting here the soul was.
No, I'm not back. No, I'm not backing down from LaDiddy James. LeBron, you can't nepo your kid into the NBA and then go crazy soccer mom when he gets criticized. Yes, I'm standing on business. Bronny is a Make-A-Wish NBA player. Poor kid doesn't belong in the NBA. Bron, quit acting tough, bro. Keep your affirmative action son out of the NBA, and you won't have to worry about people talking about your little Pookie. Don't ever come up to me courtside ever again. I'm not afraid of you. Stop defending Bronny. He can stick up for himself without you being a Karen. No, I'm not backing down from Ladiddy James.
I think I come in right here. 3:30 in the morning. I'm looking for some ice. City's looking like a ghost town, not a dealer is in sight. And I'm sitting by the window, my furniture got sold.
Let's go.
Ain't got no lights in the house and it's freezing fucking cold. But the bowl rolls. The bowl rolls. Somebody's in the bushes, so I'm walking around to look. I got a 2-liter Mountain Dew bottle and some Sudafed to cook.
Let's go.
They call me a chemist. They say I'm Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad,
And I think I should stop this. I think I come in right here.
Let's check this out, Antarctica. Look at that pyramid. And the snow
Okay. What's up, y'all? So this is I'm gonna tell y'all a little something. So before the Constitution, we had this right here. And this is called your unalienable rights. And see, what's up under your unalienable rights is what you don't know. Y'all see how these is? They're just lines. No codes, no statutes, no nothing. It's just lines. So I'm gonna read some of these unalienable rights for y'all, right? So understand this, y'all. This is before the Constitution, and can't be amended or anything by no court. These are the rights of man and woman, not of a dead corpse or not none of these games they play when you get in front of them. These are the rights of man and woman. So we're going to read them out to y'all real fast. Number 1, they always tell us under your unalienable rights here, you got the right to life, freedom, and happiness. And it doesn't stop there, y'all. It keeps going. Matter of fact, it keeps going. So we're just going to go here. The next one, you got the right to trade freely without let or hinder. You got the right to a fair exchange for sweat for one's labor. You got the ultimate right to contract or not to contract. The right to neither be deemed nor pledged as human capital. You got your right. The right to travel freely without let or hinder. The right to be presumed innocent without arrest, detention, harm, or loss of private property before a trial. The rights to establish the truth as that without which not of any dispute. The right to be informed of all subject matters, jurisdictions, the right to challenge the jurisdiction of any court, the right to a fair trial in a community court free from bar legal system, the right to a fair trial before equal peers, the right to a fair trial according to the principles of restorative justice, the right to justice which in seeking reconciliation and not retribution, the right to natural laws and natural justice as a restraints against the training, the rights to equality as people according to the the unenacted law of the land, the right to be free to be free from any and all legal fiction.
Hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Smith. I'm with Nashville Airport Police. They're saying that they want you off of their aircraft.
Why is that?
I don't know. They just said that you were refusing to get off their aircraft after they asked you to get off.
Right, they didn't give me a reason why I needed to get off. They told me that they were going to talk to me outside, as if they didn't inform me why they were going to, hold on, let me catch my breath. I'm like, I don't understand why there's so many people like on top of me.
Okay,
like, this is
have you had anything to drink today?
No, I keep asking for water. They didn't give me water. They told me that the plane was delayed. I just want water.
Okay. Have you had any alcohol today?
No, I'm on a sabbatical.
Okay. Okay. So, do you mind stepping off the aircraft and
Your
they
name
can talk? My name is Officer Smith. Yes.
I'm sorry. You see, I think it's important that people call you by your first name.
You can call me by my first name. That's fine.
Thank you.
Do you mind stepping off the aircraft? We can figure out what's going on.
Let me know. I'm going home, so I need to know why I'm getting off the plane.
So they're a private company. They're allowed to refuse you service on their aircraft. So
anytime a private company, like a business?
Yes, they're a business, so they're allowed to refuse you service.
Like capitalism?
Okay. So if you do not get off the plane, we are going to deboard the entire plane, and we will pull you off of the plane.
You're going to pull the... I have to set my intention, and I have to breathe. Stay calm. Stay calm.
So...
Stay calm.
I don't know what's going on. Like I said, they didn't tell me what...
That's incredible. Now this isn't that one, no. But you're going to see how that sound affects matter. Watch the glass. And now look at the metal, the steel. Just that's incredible, isn't it?
That's great. Look at how sound could just manipulate matter.
No, I'm telling you, if you've got the resonant frequency of the glass and the steel, literally the glass would shatter, the metal will start to fly apart if you've got the right resonant frequency of that car. And if he drives around in that car with that music blaring, eventually that car's just going to fall apart. So that's incredible.
Well, that's it, people. Another one down and more to go. Like, share, and subscribe, and see you on the next one. Good night.